You know that we knock 'em down. CBT, CBT, CBT. Yeah, we know we knock 'em down. CBT, you know we knock 'em down. 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 Yeah, knock 'em down. Yeah, knock 'em down. CBT, knock 'em down. CBT, CBT. Oh yeah, you know that we knock 'em down. CBT, CBT.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk along with
John G.
And today, my bad. And today we're here with a special guest, none other than the WBC heavyweight champion, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. How you doing today, champ?
Good, man. How about you guys?
Hey, I'm doing good. I can't complain, man. JG?
Yeah, I'm going to start off with the first question. You guys hear me pretty well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me ask you a question. We're going to get to the nitty-gritty. What was your immediate reaction to hearing the news of Alexander Povetkin testing positive for the I guess what is it, meldonium or whatever the PED is? What was your immediate reaction? How did you feel?
I mean, when I first found out, my mouth dropped, you know. All that hard work and training, and we had to travel as well, too. So, you know, it was kind of a shocker, but it's a disappointment as well, too. You know, it's just sad that it had to occur like this. You know, I just feel sorry for the fans because they really missed out on a great show. Definitely prepared mentally and physically. It was the best I ever looked in camp, period. So I was ready to give a gift to the world. What I was about to do, you know, I was definitely about to come to his country and knock him out of his people. That's for sure. And he just cheated himself and he cheated the fans out. The fans of boxing out of a great performance.
And I can you know, share those exact same sentiments. When I heard that the fight was in jeopardy, I was just shocked and kind of frustrated because, you know, John can attest to this. This is the fight, probably the most anticipated fight that was made, you know, this year, and we was definitely looking forward to it. So, you know, I share those exact sentiments that, you know, we was just shocked. My question is, does this experience with Povetkin make you more hesitant about going overseas? Although y'all didn't fight and you went on the, you know, wrong end of a bad decision, just the whole, you know, like you said, shipping up from the States to go to Russia, spending extra money and, you know, doing all you had to do to get it, you know, adjusted over there. Does this make you hesitant about, you know, going over to fight overseas in the future?
Nah, not at all. You know, like I said, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, so with that, it requires traveling all over the world. I'm a traveler. I like to travel. You know, I like to go behind hostile territories or behind in my opponent's backyard just to feel like he got an edge. So now he's obligated to perform to the best of his ability because I don't like excuses. I'm not going to make excuses for myself. And I don't want people to make excuses of my victories. So, you know, when I'm behind hostile territories, then that feel like my opponent feel like he got the upper hand. He had to prove something because he's in front of his people. That's why that fight was a big deal for me as well, because it was a rival, USA versus Russia. And he was in there with his people, you know. So I was coming to prove to everyone that I am who I say I am, and I'm definitely the real deal in this heavyweight division, and my goal is to be the undisputed champion. So, with that being said, you know, I'm not afraid of nothing or no one in this sport, you know. And when I speak things, I really feel what I say, and I mean what I say as well, too. I'm not one of these guys that's going to just talk to hype myself or hype anybody else into believing anything I say or what I'm going to do. Everything I said I was going to do, I've done it thus far. And to be the undisputed champion, that's what I'm coming for. About how long it may take me or what path I may take, I will be that next undisputed champion behind Lenny Stewart, that's for sure. So, you know, if I have to travel in the future, I'll be pleased to do so. You know, anybody win purse bids or or whatever, I'll be glad to travel. I have no problem.
Man, that's a true fighter right there. That's a true fighter's answer, man. And I definitely enjoy that answer. JG.
Yeah. Before I say my next question, I wanted to tell you this. When you mentioned Lennox Lewis, my best friend, when I told him I was interviewing you today, he told me to tell you that you're the best since Lennox Lewis, and he wanted to let you know that. And sky's the limit for you. So,
oh man, tell him.
Yeah, he's gonna be listening to him.
Appreciate that, man. Oh, okay. Cool, man. Appreciate that, bro.
Go ahead, JG.
So my next question is, so I mean, a lot of people are making excuses and I mean, for Povetkin and stuff like that. But can you clear up for us one thing? Is this bout canceled or is it postponed? Because I know that word postponed was thrown around and it wasn't very clear.
Right. Well, postponement means something. Postponement means he had an injury, so he couldn't continue to fight, or had to have a delay on the fight because something happened. You know, that's postponement. This is cancellation. As far as I'm concerned, you know, this is a cancellation. This term, postponement, is a legal term to use. You know, and as far as we're concerned, it's a cancellation. I'm moving on. I'm trying to get back in the ring as soon as possible. You know, opponents we don't know yet. You know, we gotta see who's available at this short notice. You know, all parties are gonna say this is a short notice, but you know, how many people get an opportunity and knock on the door to fight for the world title? That's why I always say you gotta be ready. You gotta stay ready. You never know when that call's gonna get pulled. So you stay in the gym, and unfortunately, heavyweight, you know, they don't have to make weight, so they slack off with training and stuff like that. I never believe in slacking off. I never believe in not training, not staying in shape, because you just never know. And so I'm just going to get this opportunity, you know, and I just want them ready. You know, I'm ready now, and I just want them ready. So with that being said, it's definitely canceled. We're moving on, as people are going to see. And I you know, as far as I'm concerned, I hope he gets suspended. You know, something needs to be done about this. This is right here. He needs to be set as an example to a lot of these fighters, and I really believe a lot of fighters, not just him, not just in the heavyweight division, but all these divisions, on down to the what we got, what's the Lord strawweight.
Yeah.
You know, man, all these guys, man, if a lot of guys doing this stuff feel like this would get them an upper edge. You know, feel like, you know, this would take them to the next step of becoming a champion or making money to provide. This is a dangerous sport, and I understand them thinking this, but this is a dangerous sport, man. You can't be doing it. You're gonna really kill somebody. Man, I tell people, I try to take them down memory lane and put them in the vision of me and my last opponent. I knocked this guy like I thought he was dead 35 seconds, maybe 10. I knocked him silly. And that was off of giving power. Just imagine I'm putting metadonia in my system, but I'm taking it by mouth or by veins. You know, me going round and round, just non-stop. And I don't get tired at all now, but just imagine me having my body 2 times more than what it's supposed to do and performing and hitting somebody, man. That's manslaughter, man. That should be, you should be in jail. You know, any person that's doping or taking illegal drugs in the sport of boxing, automatic suspension and consider being put in jail, man, because you're definitely going to kill somebody. And they definitely need to lay the hammer down with this guy and show an example for him. You know, I think it's going to be very important for these next couple of weeks to come up and see what's the verdict going to be, because now, not only was his sample A dirty, but his sample B was dirty as well, too, and they keep making up all these excuses. Like, well, we took it, you know, we was taking it before it was banned, and then we stopped. But that can't be the case, because 3 of your tests was negative, and that last one was positive. So someone, you snuck a little bit up in there, still trying to sneak up in there. You gotta watch the European bodies too. They tend to try to do sneaky stuff, man. And it's just sad, man, because I really was looking forward to this fight, man, and showing the world what I'm capable of, what I say I mean. You know?
Speaking of that, like you just said, you were definitely eager to have this fight take place. I know you being a fighter campaigned hard to still have the fight go through. What was the final deciding factor to go ahead and cancel the fight? Discussed among your team.
Well, the deciding factor was, I mean, we weren't going to sit here and wait. On waiting and hear what the verdict was. I'm still fresh and clean. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
My flesh needs to be fed. I'm ready to fight. I ain't gonna be sitting around here wasting up months of time to not fight, man. You can't do a fighter that way. Try to get that urge. Even when I'm not fighting, I get an urge to, like, I'm ready to get back to the gym. I'm ready to get back in the ring. I'm ready. My body just get that feeling like I'm ready to hit something. And to go through so much trouble, aches and pains of my last count, it is like, why sit around? Why wait? Because definitely file a lawsuit because I want my money still, for all that. I want my money. You breached the contract, I want my money. So, but through it all, I'm an active fighter. I like to stay active. I like to stay in the ring. I like to continue to give my fans what they want to see, whether it's just me in the ring, no matter what, or if it's fighting one of their favorite fighters. I'm not going to fight everybody. Got it. People want to see me fight, but I'm going to be in there. I'm going to get in there. Whoever I fight is going to be, I'm sure, going to be somebody's favorite. They want to see this fight. So, that's another thing that brought us on. The main thing was, I was still in shape. I was ready to go, and I'm still looking to fight. That was one of the main things that really said, hey, all right, the WBC released that we can have a voluntary to the issue is resolved. Like, hey, let's go, let's get on. So that's what really brought everything up. So I'm happy that I'm about to get in the ring. It's not the time where I wanted to fight. I wanted to be in Russia. I want the fight would have been over by then, but hey, God is still good, man, and He's blessing me in all areas. So I'm looking forward to my next outing.
Okay. JG.
Yeah. Speaking of which, can you give us, in quick detail, let us fans know, let all the fans out there know, what you had to sacrifice in order for this to fall short, like from a training aspect, like can you said you were in the best shape of your life. Can you really tell us everything you had to sacrifice for this not to go through?
Well, of course, there's one thing in life that we can never get back. It's a lot of things we can change about ourselves, but that we can blow a lot of money and we can gain money back, but time would never be given back to you no matter what. And we spent a lot of time on, in the gym. I went over 100 and some rounds of sparring. I got bigger. I was 237, man. I'm still the same weight, with my chef and my nutritionist, man, they did a great job. I put on more weight for the fight as well too, just to see. I always tell people I like to be a part and look apart, because looking apart, it really don't get you nowhere, but you just a pretender that look a certain type of way. So I'm like, this fight, I'm gonna look, not only I'm gonna be the part, but I'm gonna look apart. So, we worked very hard for that, man. And still traveling, that was, oh my goodness, traveling is always tough because you have to pack so much. And then when I got over there, I still picked up camp training, still sparring. It was a lot. Family time and missing out on my kids. It's just, and then to go all the way there and to come back with nothing, man. It's like, it took me a while to just really let all this stuff settle in, because they say when something dramatic happens, it takes the brain 35 days to really understand to really just settle it down and say, well, this is what happened. And my mind was just, every day I'm literally standing by for waiting to hear from something, hear from my managers, what's going on. I want to know what's going on. And it was just crazy, man, that this happened like it is, man. Especially at the top of being an elite athlete, getting ready to fight another elite athlete, and people get called for doing crazy stuff, and they want to pull this at the week of the fight. You know what I mean? And it's sad because it seems like they tried to do it, and and nobody come way over there for nothing, man. That's the thing about it. I probably would have been a little bit better if I was at home and didn't even travel there. Like, well, we didn't leave the States. All I did was just did the normal training, workout. I got myself up, but when you add traveling on to it, going to those airports, then going to a whole other country, have to settle in and be in a hotel for 2 weeks and still training, man, that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for your body, mentally and physically as well too. And to do all that and then not be able to fight, it feel like it was all for nothing. But I'm an optimistic person. I'm always thinking on the bright side of things and looking forward to the future. So I got to stay focused no matter what is going to happen in my career. That was the past, and right now it's the future. I'm looking for my future still bright.
We got a few more questions. I know you got a lot to do. You're busy, man, and we don't want to hold you too much longer. I found interesting in your comments what you just said about your weight. You normally around what 220ish, if I'm not mistaken. Is this something you plan? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just
saying about 226, 226.7. Last fight was 228.
Okay, so do you plan on fighting a little heavier going forward, or is it depending on your opponent?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. My goal is to get to 250.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to get to. I still got, even walking around with 237. I mean, I'm almost like 240. Actually, I weighed in yesterday. I was like 238.8 or something like that. But I'm looking to get to 240 or something like that. Just to have it, just to look the part, I feel good with the new weight on me. I still was moving. It looked like I was faster, more explosive. There was a lot of things that I was doing in the ring that, my sparring partners, they just, and I done had these guys before, so they kind of knew me, but it was like a new Deontay with the ring. Like, everything was just coming together for me, just like my IQ in the ring, different places. I'm always thinking ahead of my opponent, man, doing things, man. It was crazy, man. It's just something that I can talk about, but I want to show. I want to show people what I was capable of doing, and I guess they gotta wait now.
JG.
Okay, so I believe that the WBC gave you a voluntary defense coming up. So you said you were looking to get in there soon. So you're looking to get in there this summer. Are there any names that pop up for your voluntary defense?
Yeah, a couple of names have been mentioned, but just among my managers and stuff like that. But nothing is final. So they're still searching around, seeing who's going to be a perfect fight for me. I told them I'm definitely looking for somebody definitely in the top tier. All the guys got it. For me, like I said, I wouldn't mind having one of the title holders, but everybody's got fights coming up or whatever, and things like that. So we'll see what happens. Still names leading around and all that. Like I said, my biggest thing is I just don't want, if you're gonna accept this fight, accept it with open arms and heart. And when you lose, I don't want to hear I didn't have enough time to train and stuff like that, because I got the same amount of time I'm probably gonna, when the fight is on, I'm probably gonna have a even shorter camp. I might even probably train for the half of that remainder of that month I have. I'm probably gonna get in there late of that month because I'm ready. You know what I mean? I just don't want nobody to have no excuses. Everybody wants excuses. I want you to accept this fight and come ready to fight and give a great show for the fans, because I'm coming to knock your head off.
Hey, speaking of title holders, man, it's a guy that that's in the UK that's getting a lot of hype, and rightfully so. He is a 2012 gold medalist, IBF champion Anthony Josh. He just signed with Showtime, and I know that's a fight that you're looking forward to. as much as anybody. What are your thoughts on his signing with Showtime, as well as your thoughts on him as a fighter, as a whole?
Well, I think Showtime was the brains behind that. I think that was a great thing what Showtime did to try to sign him to do that, because what that does, that eliminates any networks when it's time for us to get down. That eliminates any networks. And you know what? I always fight on Showtime, so that eliminates all the networks. We won't have to worry about what network this is and that. I think it'll make it a little bit more easier as well too, because now we depend on the networks and their dates and time and stuff like that. So that eliminates a lot of the problem. And I think he's been doing a good job. He's been doing a good job with his career. His people been guiding him and having him the right way. So hopefully he continue with much success until the time comes for he meet me. And that's gonna be a sad moment of time and a place for him, because he's not playing around with none of these fighters, man. When they're dealing with the fight business, man, I don't play around. A lot of these fighters talk so much, and you barely ever. Only time people hear me talk, they read from somebody asking me a question. Other than that, I'm just to myself. And they say you always got to be careful of the quiet killers. I don't talk. I've been raised that way ever since young, man. If something gonna go down, it's gonna go down. We're gonna go get it over with and clear the air. You know what I mean? See who the last man standing when that smoke clears. And with this, because all these fighters are smoking shit up. With these talk, they smoking it up. And at the end of the day, we're gonna see when that smoke clears, who'll be the last man standing. And I guarantee you, it'll be Deontay Wilder for sure.
Ooh, I can't wait to see those fights with you. Ortiz, Fury, Joshua. JG, take it out with the last question for Deontay.
Yeah, so speaking of networks, there's a boogeyman in the heavyweight division that everybody, believes is the best heavyweight, and it's Luis Ortiz, and he's with HBO. Is that somebody that you'd be willing to cross networks with and make a fight happen eventually down the road?
Oh, most definitely. I love to be able to fight Luis Ortiz. I would love to. I know at one point in time he was mad at me because I said that he was doping. And what did I lie about?
Yeah.
It was true. You can't get mad at something that was true, and it was brought to my attention. And, you got caught with it. So if this proof in the pudding, none of these, you shouldn't get mad if it was proof. Whether it was a long time ago, you don't want it to be brought back up. I understand there's some shit I've done in the past and people still bring up as well too. And that's just part of life. But always brought up in your life. It never goes away. But don't be mad if something's true. You shouldn't have done it. Shit, But other than that, I love to fight him. Man. It's a lot of these heavyweights out here. I can't wait to be in the ring. He's another one that does a lot of talk, which, I love when they talk, because every fighter that puts my name in their mouth, they advertising for me. They're promoting me, So, like I said, people never ever see me around talking about nobody. I'm not just going to all of a sudden just talk about somebody. All right, when the time comes, hey, let's see what you got. That's what I'm all about. That's why it is so important for me to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, because this is what I want to do. Once I become the heavyweight champion of the undisputed heavyweight champion, we'll have every belt in boxing. Not only will people be happy because there'll be one name, one face, all titles belong to one person, that's Deontay Wilder, but it allows me to fight nothing but the best. I want all mandatory. I have all the belts. So I'll be sitting on all the belts, and every time each belt come about, it's going to be nothing but a mandatory. So the mandatory means that's the number one guy in the ring. So that's all I want to fight. It's no mandatory, all mandatory. And that'll eliminate all the talk is if he's fighting the best or if he not. If he got the goods or if he don't. That's what I want. That's my plans right there. And I think that's how good.
Hey, we definitely look forward to your return. Hopefully it's sometime soon. We definitely want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for granting us this interview. Before you leave, could you shout out Colossal Boxing Talk?
Before I leave, could I shout out who? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Could you shout out Colossal Boxing Talk?
Colossal Boxing Vault.
Colossal Boxing Talk.
Oh, Colossal Boxing Talk.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a big shout out, man, to Colossal Boxing Talk. I messed up. It took me a couple of times to hear what he was saying, but hey, big shout out to you guys and much blessings and success to you moving forward.
Same to you, champ. You take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right, bro. All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
All right. You too.
And there you have it. Me and JG just wrapped up an exclusive interview with WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder. Stay tuned. It will be up later tonight. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments in the comment section below telling us what you thought about the interview. Head over to Facebook, like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter at ColossalCBT. Until next time, we out. Peace.
Yeah, we know we knock him down. You know we knock him down. 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 Yeah, knock him down. Yeah, knock him down. Yeah.